Johnathan Vega representing La Familia and flanked by Diego de la Cruz. Responsible for a string of very impressive outings in recent months. Both in singles competition and in the Reality of Wrestling tag team division.
Kind of a mixed reaction too to La Familia a little bit.
I think that only further illustrates my point about Johnathan Vega's performances recently, Brad Gilmore, is that despite the fact that he may not be winning a popularity contest in terms of his personality around here, he is earning some of the respect from the Row Nation.
I got respect for Diego de la Cruz. This man is dripping in swag. Look at him. Dripping in swag.
Number one, Brian Johnson making his Reality of Wrestling debut this week, coming to us from Ring of Honor Wrestling. And he has been on the independent professional wrestling circuit now for roughly 12 years and looks to make an impact here at the Row, Brad Gilmore.
Well, man, he's picked a really, in my opinion, a bad matchup tonight because you're trying to make the debut, you're trying to be impressive and impress the powers that be, but now you're going to have to think about the numbers game. The numbers game is always at play with La Familia.
Matchup is underway.
Let's see, look at that. Diego de la Cruz already trying for it, and there's Johnathan Vega.
Well, I'll tell you what, numbers game or not, no disrespect meant to Brian Johnson, but it is not wise to turn your back on your opponent, especially if it's a member of La Familia.
Absolutely, and he learned that the hard way. Brian Johnson from the northeast side of this country. Oh, look at that, a big knee, though. I'll translate any market. Oh! There we go again. Diego de la Cruz. Oh!
Well, that might put an end to his accordion playing days right there.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Brian Johnson stomping on the right palm. And now putting the boots to Johnathan Vega. Head of steam here, charging up into the corner. Drives that thigh right into the nose and jaw. One half of La Familia's tag team specialties.
Look at that. Diego de la Cruz putting his partner in perfect position. Look at that. That might be
cover here. One, two.
Oh, wow.
Brian Johnson slips under the door for the match to continue. You know, we said at the top of this matchup, Brad, that Johnathan Vega has shown a lot of promise in recent months. And right now, he and Diego de la Cruz working together as a cohesive unit, almost turning this into a handicap match. But I got to ask you, do you think that perhaps it might be better for Johnathan Vega at this stage of his career to maybe step outside the family and give it a go on his own?
Hey, you know, it's an interesting point, or interesting question rather, but I don't think so. I think that Johnathan Vega, I mean, look at this. He and Diego de la Cruz, they're legit family.
An attempt here again, hooks the leg. They
work way too well together, and it always makes you feel a little bit more comfortable. You have a little bit more confidence when you have someone in your corner. But you're all right, man. Johnathan Vega's been so impressive in everything that he's been doing in Reality of Wrestling. And Brian Johnson is trying to get his game back, trying to get his groove back in the match, and that might do it.
Monster lariat right there from Brian Johnson, but Johnathan Vega, ever aware of where he is in the ring, has become a skilled veteran here at Reality of Wrestling.
You got to remember, he's got home court. He knows this ring. He's run these ropes. He's been in this arena. He knows every nook and cranny possible. Brian Johnson knows none of it.
Vega leaping DDT, hooks the leg. This could be it. 2.5.
So close.
We are on the road to Christmas Chaos, which will be live on Reality of Wrestling's YouTube in just a few weeks. And Johnathan Vega would love a spot on that coveted card if he can defeat the newcomer, Brian Johnson from Ring of Honor this week. He may very well impress the brass.
Nice couple right hands. Ref, you got to watch those. Oh! Flying forearm, Matt. Oh, man.
Atomic drop there from Brian Johnson, stringing together a flurry of offense. Airplane spin. And that will definitely rearrange the equilibrium of Johnathan Vega, or perhaps both competitors. Lariat over the top. Brian Johnson with a lot of power in that right arm. The second time he has taken Vega.
Wait a minute, what is he doing? Oh, Diego De La Cruz trying to get a shot in at him. Oh, well, that's how you come in the hard way.
Oh, look out, Brian Johnson!
Big dive.
Like a human missile flying through the middle ropes.
Well, Diego De La Cruz arguing with the referee. Johnathan Vega down on the outside, Matt Topolsky. This is Brian Johnson's shot. Oh, wait a minute.
Aiden Cristiano tosses Brian Johnson face first into the post. And look out! Backstabber in the center of the ring!
That's gotta be all.
1, 2, does it for La Familia!
Here is your winner, Johnathan Vega!
Matt Topolsky, I said that Brian Johnson got a difficult matchup for him in his debut at Reality Wrestling, and this is for the very reason, the numbers game of La Familia.
Johnathan Vega, via the assistance of Aiden Cristiano, gets a green check mark in the dub column this week. And La Familia off to the races on the road to Christmas Chaos.
Yo, I represent for environments have been victimized. Vindicate my lifestyle, voltage to my slice of life. Yo, better fight back, man, better write that. Take that position, hit it like a hi-hat. Oh, he hit me, adios. I could have been out feeding, but I stick it to my flows. I could put him in the grave just from killing audio. Now my intro is in session, take a lesson, let it go. Bring a paramedic, if you get it, then I said it. If you dogging up, you're breaded. Out of fight, then leave you dead. You can walk, just leave